This segment of the CU podcast is brought to you by Blissey. Blissey offers silk pillowcases which give you better hair, better skin, and incredible sleep. This is a completely natural, hypoallergenic silk pillowcase designed by a team of experts that does wonders for your overall health while you sleep. These are made of 100% mulberry silk, and they feel great, and they even offer other silk products like a sleep mask.
With Blissey, you benefit from silk's hypoallergenic and antibacterial properties that naturally repel allergens. Blissey reduces hair breakage by up to 43% while you sleep due to its smooth surface. Blissey silk fibers are less absorbent than those of cotton, allowing your skin to retain more moisture. And this right here is my favorite because I sleep extra hot. Silk by nature has low conductivity, so it's cooling and acts as a thermal regulator. Additionally, silk's protein-based fiber is moisture wicking and helps prevent night sweats. It's also non-toxic. There's no toxic chemicals or dyes used in their products. Blissey has earned high praise from Good Housekeeping, Oprah's O Magazine, Allure, Glamour, Pop Sugar, Birdie, She Knows, Prevention, and Pure Wow.
Blissey makes the perfect gift for any occasion. With the wedding season this summer, birthdays, or any other season, Blissey makes the most memorable gift because your friends and family can use it every night and think of you. Go to blissey.com/CU podcast or just click the link below and you'll get an additional 30% off your order and free worldwide shipping. Get your energy back, sleep better, and even improve your hair and skin with Blissey silk pillowcases. That's blissy.com/CU podcast, or just click the link below. The code automatically is applied at checkout for an additional 30% off. We got voice messages, Ian, don't we?
We do. Voicemail. This is you, dude. This is me.
You almost said voicemails.com.
Voicemails.com/CU podcast.
I could probably, if I really wanted to, I could probably like get a domain and point it to that.
Yeah.
Make it easier. Never did that. Anchor.fm/CU podcast. You go, you leave a voice message. You don't have to go too hard in the paint on the bloviation of how much you like us. Just get a question, get in and out, get on with your day. Grab a pork roll, egg and cheese. There you go. I did not get the pork roll and cheese. I did get the pork roll. And here we go with the first one.
That's good on its own.
Hey guys, this is Jamie from Toledo once again.
Hey, Jamie.
I was watching your early Amico coverage, and it made me wonder, when did the gloves come off? Thank you very much. Love the podcast.
I wouldn't say the gloves came off necessarily at like one point in time, but
It was a gradual removing of the gloves.
I think when Tommy did his 50-minute video about us in the fall of 2019, that was definitely a point in time where like, okay, he's making this personal. And I said at the time, you're making this personal. When he went on Atari Age forums about that fall as well and made fun of us, our appearances, and made fun of issues that Ian may have had or still has, that was a bad point in time.
Yeah.
Pretending not to know us, and basically literally making it personal.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly. If you read on the Intellivision Amico message board, you go through comment sections. Everyone points out that our first video, certainly, and our first couple of videos were. While we never thought it was a good idea, we were trying to be generous and a bit supportive of it.
More gentle than we probably should have been.
Right. And the initial idea, which we all knew was bullshit even then, that Tommy had, was something that could have been, in a weird way, appealing to me. I like pick up and play games.
You always said this should appeal to me.
It should. The fact that it wasn't ever appealing to me was, I think, the first sign that there was something wrong there. That should have been the stupid project that I would have loved to have supported.
I think I even saw something like Frank Cifoli post something like this. Say that this is so weird that I should want to be in on this.
Right, but but eventually it was very easy for us to look at what was coming out and go, this is bullshit, and also none of the games looked good.
And then the other thing that happened then was in 2020, we even said, when you take pre-order money, because originally it was not going to be that, it was just going to be, we're going to get investors and put it out. Okay, I can be less critical because no one's money's on the line except your ass is on the line. That's it. So but when you take people's money and then lie about it coming out later that year, and then it really turned, they really got the like shirtless shill after us and everyone else. It was really about June, that summer of 2020. And if you remember, we reported about those nice job listings, firmware engineer, software dev, software engineer, jobs that one of them literally said, we need you to help make the system run. and this was months before this was supposed to come out, this console.
Yeah.
When he then gathered up his cronies, when he started making fun of us in interviews with that fucking slug as well a couple times, and then really came after us harder, when they try to galvanize their own force against us that summer 2 years ago, that's when it became super toxic.
Yep.
And that's when it was like, okay, you want to play this game? Okay. You want to do this? All right. I don't think you got the fucking I don't think you got the, what is it? You don't have the what's that mean? The facilities. I don't think you had the facilities. And that goes for all the fucking zero level YouTubers as well to hang. But at the time, that's I think when it turned for real.
Sure.
2 years ago.
I'd agree.
How long is this fucking shit going on? 4 years almost. It's ridiculous.
Fucking tired.
Next one.
Tired of it.
Hey guys, Jackson from Baltimore here. With too many games coming on the East Coast, I have to ask, what is your favorite airport and/or airline? Love the show.
I always favored Continental, then it became United as having pretty quality. Some people hate specific ones. I always had good luck and good customer service with United. Some people love Southwest. I think it's okay. Some people hate Southwest.
I'm kind of one of those people who like flipped on it. I used to love Southwest and now I don't like Southwest anymore. Southwest has always been good for cheap tickets, but if you can't get a cheap ticket on Southwest, it's not worth dealing with the fucking the free-for-all boarding process. 2
free bags though, because they don't want people just to put their bag. Everyone puts their bags up because they want to save 10 minutes getting off the plane. I get it. What's the one I don't like the most? I didn't like American for a long time. Now I'm more forced to fly. I think American's okay. I had a couple of bad experiences, but I think they're okay. Delta's one is always weird to me, but I don't fly Delta a lot. We don't have like hubs around here for Delta. And then I've only flown Alaska. We only fly Alaska when we go to PRG. I never had a problem with Alaskan. I think it used to be Northwest. I used to like Northwest.
Yeah.
And then I have no comment on JetBlue at all. I think I've flown JetBlue once. I will never fly Frontier or Spirit because I'm not flying on a bus, basically.
As far as airports that I like the Detroit airport quite a lot. Actually, easy to get through. Has a nice train that'll zoom you up and down the concourse.
Oh, are you really in between? You mean like on the side? Or
like on the side, and it's like
a lot do that. Dallas does that.
No, like this is like built. It's interesting.
Right
it's like built into the
okay.
airport. And then, if I recall correctly, and then I've always liked Chicago O'Hare.
I always get the two confused. One is just basically United. Is that Midway? One is just literally just
Can't remember.
United. All right, next.
Hey guys, this is Mike from New Hampshire.
Mike?
I just wanted to know what the history of selling the RBI Baseball stickers on UltimateNintendo.com was. Thanks.
Well, as I stated before, it was given to me. A role was given to me. Someone I think found out to swap me. They gave it to me at a SoCal Retro Gaming Expo several years back. I forgot I had it. I moved in the garage and I said to myself, well, what am I doing with these? I can hoard them or sell them, and they are popular at conventions. I sell them out. I usually bring like 15 or 20. I sell them out. People like them. People like stickers. We're like in a sticker, renaissance right now.
Stickers are good.
Yeah, it's thick, it's sturdy, it doesn't scratch you. And I've actually seen someone did a tutorial actually. I guess a YouTuber did a tutorial on how do you change out a label, and actually had bought one of mine to change out their RBI Baseball, which was beat up.
Yeah,
so you can actually use it for that. New old stock. There you go.
Pat Nean, Mike from Chicagoland here. Now, in addition to my certain NES and Super NES guidebooks, I recently ordered the Yokoi Kids Volume 1 zine. I've really enjoyed it, and I became an instant Rick V fan thanks to a cool add-in he sent me.
Oh, nice.
So my question for this week is, do you guys have any favorite video game-related books, whether they're fiction or nonfiction? During the pandemic, I ordered a few of the Worlds of Power books on eBay, satisfying a long-held childhood curiosity.
Those are curious books. I have all but one of them. They did like 18, 19 of those, Ian, back then. Blaster Master.
Really? That many?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 8 to 10. Jesus.
They did a bunch of those. Yeah.
Wow.
They did more than you think. They did Castlevania, they did Metal Gear, they did Bases Loaded, they did I think Bases Loaded 2. They did a bunch of those. And more than you think. Ninja Gaiden, Blaster Master, they did a ton.
I mean, in terms of books like the ones you did, like the NES book and the Super Nintendo book, I have no problem pumping in. Audie's fucking wrestling book is so good.
Oh, yeah.
So good. The wrestling game book is really good.
This right now.
And I still need to read through that, but that looks like it's done very, very well.
From Bitmap Books, it's the Go Straight Ultimate Guide to Side-Scrolling Beat 'em Ups.
And it's It's beefy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Hey, Skull and Crossbones. That's a hack and slash, but I guess it counts. Put hack and slash.
It counts.
Yeah, it's fine. Look at fold out pages. Look at that.
So yeah, that one I got to go through, but I can definitely say that Audie's wrestling book is a joy to read.
And there was a vendor selling. Actually, I think this might be still getting out to wider release because I didn't see it for sale. There was a booth that was selling some of the bitmap books and other stuff. And I like the fact that we are now getting these books. These books did not exist 10 years ago.
No, not at all.
Even 5 years ago, a lot of these didn't exist. And now we're getting to the point where if I had a small part in it, I'll take the credit that these books are now viable. Like there's a market for colorful and well-written historic books now spanning different genres of games. Like we're at that point where we're mature enough that, wow, look at this. Because that was one of the things people said, what is this, 450 pages? Yeah, like my books. People would say, well, why do you want all this stuff? All this information is free online.
Because it's nice to fucking sit down on a couch with a book and a smoke and fucking read
something. But it's not all online because these are like good writers researching these games, playing these games, and explaining things to you in a concise, curated fashion. It's not the same as like searching for a YouTube video or going on Wikipedia. That's what people used to say, Pat, you're never going to sell your books because it's all free information. It's like,
you can flip through a book. You can... Oh, books are so good. I don't...
Oh, you can go on Wikipedia and learn about the Civil War, or you can read the books. Like, what do you think is a better experience?
Reference books are just, a fucking...
I love
reference books.
Keep telling me books don't sell. Morons. Sorry. What's the next one here? That was actually what people have said to me. Not less and less, obviously.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Ian. This is Will out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So Apple recently announced that they are getting into VR. And with Sony, Facebook, and other tech companies already having established VR capabilities, do you see Nintendo investing more heavily into VR in the future? I know we had the Labo series of VR games and whatnot, but do you see them leaning into VR Mario, VR Zelda? I think even a VR Star Fox would be really cool.
I think a VR Star Fox would be awesome, but I don't.
You found the one example.
I don't think Nintendo's ever going to commit. That doesn't feel very Nintendo
VR
to me.
Is first person, obviously, for the most part. So you have to have a first person game that translates. Star Fox would, like the same way Star Wars Squadrons had a VR version, because you're in a cockpit. That makes sense. The reason it's so weird to see, even I didn't know Apple was doing this, because when you say Apple's getting into it, all of a sudden I'm like, that's not what they do. Apple is about their phone ecosystem. It's about apps. It's about, when you think about like on your phone, the reason you like it because you're walking around with it randomly. I can play a game in an airport, walking around while I'm watching TV, or do it. VR takes you out of everything else. You are just doing that. And it's not like you can easily switch back and forth. People go, oh yeah, Pat, you can hit a button. Some people take minutes to reorient themselves after playing a VR game. It can fuck you up.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. That's why VR will never be super widely accepted. I think the one we're talking about, I think it's like 7% of people that are gamers have a VR device. Something like that. It's like 7%. That might be even high, depending upon what area of the world you're in.
Right.
VR, you cannot share the gaming experience. I had a conversation with my uncle actually asked him about this. He's a businessman. He said,
you can't share the game. It's tough.
I was trying to explain to him that if I'm playing a VR game, like maybe you can see it on the TV screen. That's not the same experience of me wearing the headset.
Sure.
You're seeing a first person view of it. That's totally different than having it on the headset. And I was trying to explain to him that it's not a shareable experience because of that. You can't be sitting down on the couch with someone unless they also are playing the same VR game next to you. But I mean, what are you going to have, VR parties with 8 people? It's not the same. And then I really was trying to explain to him that how Twitch has blown up. Twitch, you're experiencing basically what the person streaming is experiencing. You're watching them play.
Yeah.
VR, you're not. And I think that's what VR didn't see. VR didn't see that we have a big loss of a transferable experience with the person next to me or other people. And for that reason, it's never going to take over. And it hasn't taken over. It won't. I'm not even talking about the cost of getting into it either, as well.
Well, that's coming down.
Sure.
That's coming down significantly. I mean, $300 for an Oculus is not...
Sure, okay.
Not beyond the pale.
But it is a whole new platform.
Yes.
You know. Next one here.
Hey, Pat and Ian. This is Pat from Albany, New York.
Pat, we have a Pat. Oh, that's not too often.
My question for the both of you is, of all of the weapons you've used in video games, which one had the most memorable sound? In other words, if you heard the noise that it made without playing the game, you instantly recognize what weapon it is from what game.
I got him.
I got it.
I thought about this, and my answer would be the rocket launcher from GoldenEye 007.
Similar,
Thanks, guys.
similar to mine, but different. The double barrel shotgun from Doom.
Boom. Yeah, that's a big boom. Like that boom is like.
I would never ever mistake that. Yeah.
It's like very heavy, the sound. I mean, God, the 8-ball rocket launcher in Unreal. That cha-ching, 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 shoom. The flat cannon I talked about, that sound is very specific with the glass shards.
Yes.
And then if you want to go 8-bit, every single weapon in Contra. The pea shooter, the fireball gun, the laser, the spread gun, they all sound so distinct. Konami did a great job on their sound effects, obviously. Like they're very distinct. They must have had their own proprietary, engine for those sounds. Those sounds, the laser sound, like that will be in my head forever. I can like load it up, use it as a lightsaber,
Yeah.
The spread gun, that sound. What, the spread gun? It's like a.
Well, you know what else would work? I don't know that
do
the
the
plasma gun in Doom would also be.
It's like
When you stop firing it, yeah, that would be.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I don't know about that, but
It's a very high pitch. Yeah. That's a good one. I'll do a few more here.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Chris Santiago here, your upstate friend here in Prunedale, California. Got a weird question about game preservation. I should say the opposite of game preservation. And that is, have you guys ever come across a game that you thought was so terrible that you didn't care if it was preserved at all? Okay, thanks. Take it easy, guys.
No, I wouldn't say that. But like,
because it's all interesting, it's all game history. I mean, there are lots of games that I feel like should be preserved that I'll probably never ever play again. But
I'll just say this, and this isn't a
you want it there.
This isn't a slam against Video Game History Foundation or Gaming Alexandria or Forest of Illusion. This isn't a slam, but there's I think they do a lot of deep dives on these stories of some of these games, and there's a lot that I'm like, oh, that's interesting, but they're not historically significant that I'd ever care about it unless it was written, if that makes sense. But they're interesting, like one-off things.
Sure.
But that's the only thing I would say is that's not really preservation in that sense. It's like telling the history of a particular game. There's too many games to deep dive on, obviously. And I think for those, I think I'd be more interested in like certain ones. Like if you told me, give me the deep dive on Wally Bear, I would love to hear that. The concept they came up with the Just Say No. They went to what was it? Not Just Say No. It was just No or whatever, and them trying to like dovetail off of the anti-drug thing. That would be an interesting story. I would love to sit down with the developers, and do that. But some of these other games I see, I'm like, it's interesting that they got the history, but it's not really for me. That's all.
Hi, Pat and Ian. My name is Johnny. My question is, has a game's infamy, like how expensive or rare it is, ever made you want to delve into it as a property, just even without like buying the game or knowing anything about it? I recently watched the Magic Knight Rayearth anime, just because I know this Sega Saturn game is really expensive. Thank you both. Bye.
Golgo 13. That's like, I did not know it was the most famous anime character ever. Like, I had no idea it was this long running thing. I thought it was just a weird, like they marketed it as a spy game. And then once I found out, when did I find that out? Sometime in the 90s. I was like, oh, they have they have the comic book. So it was a comic book thing. Then I was like, once you got to the 90s and I found out they had the anime movie in 83, I was like, okay, then it sort of opened that up for me. So that's mine.
I think you said specifically expensive games, but but that's okay. I don't have an expensive game.
No, I don't have an expensive game example.
But one that I can think of is Saint Seiya. It's a 80s. Well, they've done it a bunch of times. It's an anime license that's popular in Japan. They've done various versions of it and new series of it. It's about these Zodiac knights with armor and space. Anyways, it was hugely popular in Mexico when Vonnie was growing up.
Okay.
A lot of anime was. And there was like a Saint Seiya game that was on PS3 or PS4. So I downloaded it because it was on sale for cheap. And like we played a little bit of it. And that actually got me into watching some of the cartoon too. So I bet you if I were to really look at it, yeah, there's probably a good number of video games that got me into whatever the source material was. But
I'm probably even expensive. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I can't think of
an expensive one. It's specifically like, oh, that's like Little Samson.
Because it would have to be expensive and have a license that you could look at. And Magic Knight Rayearth is a great example, but I can't think of a whole lot of examples like that. So
is there a backstory? Was there ever an anime for Little Samson?
No, Little Samson's just a game.
Thing?
Just a title game.
All right, do a couple more here.
I got really into the Flintstones after getting Dinosaur Peak.
the Flintstones lore.
I fucking hate Flintstones so much.
The game or the
cartoon.
I never liked it as a kid. I don't know what it
sucked.
was.
I just hated it.
Oh.
Because Fred's a fucking doof.
Guys, this is Jamie from Toledo here once again. And I have a simple question for you.
Sure.
What is the worst crime against food you guys have ever seen someone commit? Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Ketchup on mac and cheese? Thanks, guys.
A lot of these fucking what's the thing now with these trendy? Oh, I'll show you like I'm putting together a food thing and it's an awful pizza thing that I see that are coming up.
Yeah, it's literally just to generate rage clicks. I mean, it's been said that literally there's just people who make these videos en masse to piss people off and get engagement.
We'll just throw the worst shit together. Hey, I'll do a pound of cheese whiz in this and roll it into a ball and put a hamburger on top and put it in the oven. And it's like you're gonna die if you eat that. You will die.
I can't talk about crimes. Food crimes are weird to me because I love food. I love messing with flavor combinations. I'm not like a huge fan of ketchup, but if you like ketchup on your mac and cheese, I've done it before. Canadian way. It's tasty.
Is it called the Canadian way?
I mean, that's how I've always known about it. And I got that from
starving.
I got that from Kids in the Hall. Because they make craft dinner and they start the one guy's like time for the second course and the other guy's like ketchup and they put ketchup on it.
I remember that like the poor family sitting on the table
and it's good and I fucking love pineapple on pizza. So I don't have any like specific crimes, but just to answer the question in some way, I'm really over tall sloppy burgers. I'm fucking sick of it.
I haven't even.
That was a huge fucking trend for a while. I don't care how tall the fucking burger is.
You have to fit in your mouth.
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Make the burger wider if you have to, not taller.
Chicago deep dish pizza. I don't want to call it a crime.
I like it.
I'm from the Tri-State area. It's not pizza. We can establish that. It's more or less the fact that it's so bready you can't really enjoy it. To me, like you have like one slice and you're fucking done. Because it's a quiche. I can't do it. I don't think it's a crime, though. It's just not for me. I'm going through these different styles of pizza. Detroit doesn't. Sicilian, obviously Sicilian is
Altoona style pizza
is great. You can get that here. There's a Neapolitan place over here. Obviously, well, New York pizza is pizza to me. There's New Haven here. Which is the weird one? Where was the one that put like fucking slices of American cheese?
Altoona style pizza. I just mentioned it. Yeah.
That's what I'll say. I don't care what your region is or culture. Get the hell out. Like that's a crime. The fact that you knew what it was, is that even on here?
I do a fucking food podcast, Pat. Of course I know about it.
This Rhode Island one looks terrible too.
I think Rhode Island pizza is actually pretty great. It's just it's bread and sauce, and it's usually served cold. Yeah, it's good.
Get the fuck out. Cook your cold pizza.
I like a red
Some
pie.
of these don't qualify. Colorado pizza, it looks like California pizza to me.
California pizza fucking blows.
But it's the same thing. Oh, we put on barbecue sauce and chicken.
Fucking
it's like
blows. Barbecue chicken pizza is so overrated.
But that's what I mean. I'm looking at some of these. Oh, Ohio Valley. It's just a pan squared pizza. Oh, I don't know what Roman pizza is. Do the Romans actually do that? I don't know. New England pizza, that's just a variant of like New York pizza. Like some of these look very like Washington D.C. looks the same as New York to me. So anyway, so Altoona can get fucked. You do not put slices of American cheese on pizza. That's ridiculous. You put mozzarella on a pizza. I'll even give you a white cheese without that. That's, white. Everyone likes a white cheese pizza. I think it has to be, to me, you have to have Italian cheese on your pizza.
Sure.
Some Italian cheese. That's my rule. Next one here. Okay.
Yeah. It's hot. Just
the fan's on.
Hey, Pat and Ian, this is Andrew
gross.
from Buffalo. Got a quick question for both of you. Obviously, both of you have very extensive collections with video games and records, respectfully. My question is, since it's taken you years to build this up, if there was like a fire or something and you lost everything, how much of the collection do you think you would try and get back again? Like what percentage of it? Yeah, thanks for answering.
I've thought about this. If I lost my records in a fire, I would not. I wouldn't. That's it.
Well, probably because now, like with the games, like the records probably are worth a lot more now than they used to be too.
I all the time I flip through and I find records that I bought for $20 that are now worth 150. Like I would not rebuy. Plus the amount.
I get. Oh yeah, the amounts. I couldn't do it. It would probably be physically impossible. This would be 25 years.
Yeah.
We'll say even 20 years. I haven't bought a lot the past couple of years. Well, we'll just put. We would take the money out of it. If you got the fair market value for, say you have 10,000 worth of records and they gave you a $10,000 check, would you still not do it? Just be like, I'm just out.
I guess.
And you had a list of everything.
I mean, I'm working on that through Discogs. Like, in Discogs links to its marketplace, which is generally okay. I mean, if someone gave me a 10,000, it sounds so.
Am I really gonna get a Bally Professional Arcade controller in the box again?
No.
I didn't know that you can buy a separate. Look, it's right down there. Am I really gonna get this shit again? Like, this is stuff I found by chance. A lot of this stuff I bought, I found by chance. Oh, it's cool. Am I really gonna get the NES controllers, the two of them in the box again?
No.
That they released in like '93.
No, you are not.
That's what it comes down to. Again, this is stuff that you found over time. I'm really gonna get the Super Batter Up that I found at the first PRG I went to because it was like $5, and they're basically giving away shit 12 years ago because it wasn't worth anything. That's what I mean. The stuff I can barely fit in my luggage. Am I really going to do that? Probably not, except for the M82 demo unit.
Sure.
It'd be like 5 or 10 things I must get. I would probably not get an NES collection ever again.
Yeah,
it would be too excruciating.
Yes,
to even find this stuff. And I'm saying money's not even an issue. Getting 800 or 1,000 unique things on one console again, and trying to do that, even do a bulk purchase. There was individual games I couldn't even find that were even worth that much the last event. Too many games. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's even worth a ton that you just will have problems getting.
Yeah. Without
searching on eBay. I've not wanted to see people that put together a collection in 2 years or a year. Where it's like, guess what, Pat? I have a complete Genesis collection now. It's like, okay, great. How much time did you get dedicated to do that? Was it 10 hours a week? Was it 12 hours of searching on eBay, Ian? Was it like, what are the hours you're putting into this to do this?
Yeah.
Without exploding your budget on top of it, So yeah, I probably wouldn't. I would get some stuff back. I would get probably all the original games I owned as a kid. I would get the original console, that control deck set with Super Mario Brothers. I'd probably get that to remember. But no, I would not try to do it, rebuild it back up. Probably would not do that, no.
It seems like a nightmare.
You want to check in?
Yeah, let's check in.
I'm starving. I don't know why. Maybe because,
we talked a
my
little bit
body
about food.
Rejected all that food last week. And I got to catch up.
Oh, hey, Fat and Ian, it's your buddy Tommy. Just over here having a few drinks with my cousin Tony.
Don't fucking drag me into this time.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking a vacation, and I just wanted to make sure that was okay, because you always tell me when I shouldn't be going on vacation, so just wanted to check in with you.
Tommy, you're gonna get us kicked out of this fucking place.
Shut up!
Yeah, mind your man.
Speak English.
You speak English. Why don't you tell everybody what happened to the fucking money, huh?
What?
Tell everybody right now, in English.
I can't talk about that right now.
Just admit it. Those are two guys who will write about you. That you should keep your big mouth shut.
Oh, yeah?
Write about that. You gotta admit it.
Yeah, well, even a broken squirrel finds a nut twice a day.
That don't make no sense what you just said.
I'm hanging up for now. I love you.
Oh, drunk Tommy's. Drunk Tommy might be best Tommy. Hanging out with Miyamoto-san now with drunk
good.
Tony.
Yeah, I think so.
What about bar they were at? It sounded like nice lounge music going on there in the background. Tommy, you can go on as many vacations as you want. Feel free to indulge. You can do what you want. I think at this point it's too late. You can feel free to travel around. You can visit the native Italy if you want. You can do all that.